The following program is paid for by the Charlie Butler team.
Good Sunday morning, Tri-State. This is the Charlie Butler Show. I'm still Charlie Butler. As always, I've got to my left here is David Crow from Churchill Mortgage. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Charlie. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're out there after church doing all your Christmas shopping today, wrapping it up.
Right. You know, I've been in real estate 25 years. Before that, I was in retail. You know, every year we said the same thing. It'd be Thanksgiving. You know, I was in the jewelry business.
Yes.
So you sold a lot, but it was inexpensive stuff. It wasn't the stuff you made a lot of money on.
Really?
You know, not those first few days.
Oh, okay.
And then it would die off. You know, I mean, it'd just be regular traffic for a few days. And we're sitting there saying, I guess this Christmas business is not going to come this year. And about the 11th or 12th, boom. And then the men got out, which in jewelry is where the big money's at.
Amen.
And we'll just say that, you know, some of them that had been drinking maybe a little bit when they come in, we had conversations about what their girlfriends or wives might do if they bought this diamond. And Candace, why are you making that face?
Because I didn't bring a muzzle for you, and I should. That's why.
That's why. Well, left it in the car.
I left your muzzle in the car.
I cleaned it up.
Okay.
Yeah, barely. And speaking of cleaning it up, David, and by the way, I have not introduced the other co-host, is the president of the Butler DeArmond Real Estate Network, which is the owner of the Charlie Butler team, Candace DeArmond.
Hello, Charlie. David. Good morning,
I know she didn't see you. Didn't tell me good morning. She said good morning to you.
Yeah, she's like, good morning.
And
Hi.
Yeah, better. Hi.
Yeah. So Candace and I are in a local restaurant the other day having lunch. And
just an innocent, friendly lunch about the town and having a good time.
That's it. And we order, and the waitress comes up. Now, did the waitress say first, this part I don't remember, did she say you had pretty eyes, the first one,
No.
when we ordered?
I can't believe you're telling this story. No, they came back.
Okay, I'll leave the other part out, okay, that what I was going to do, okay?
Oh, thanks for that.
Okay. All right, I'll compromise with you, okay. And so she comes back with a second waitress. And they get over, and they lean. I can't do it with a microphone in front of me, but they lean over and say, "Look at her eyes," and they're right in her face. Said,
Look at those eyes.
Doesn't she have the prettiest eyes?
Thanks.
And by the way, for anybody who was listening a couple weeks ago but missed last week's show,
Muzzle.
Candace does not have an OnlyFans account.
Oh, my God.
Does not.
Does not. I'm trying to clean it up.
Don't waste your time searching.
I'm going to.
Like David did.
I've looked. It doesn't exist.
I'm going to kick Charlie out of his chair.
Like Charlie lied.
I know.
Well, I was trying to help you.
That is not helping anyone. No.
All right.
Okay.
So,
Well.
and as we've also got one of our really good agents who we're very proud of. She's been in it a year now. A year and a month, Ashley?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Ashley Wilkinson's with us. Good morning, Ashley.
Hello.
And we won't pick on you the way we pick on Candace, okay?
Great. I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous.
Don't be nervous, Ashley.
You heard Charlie's introduction. Nothing to be nervous about.
And anyway.
Actually, just pretend you're in an office meeting right now. That's what we're doing here. Okay. It's just a normal office meeting.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
David, I don't know if that's what he wants to pretend or not.
That's not what we want to put in our head, okay? In fact, Candace told me yesterday something I kind of thought about after someone on our team said they could get discounts on something.
Oh, gosh. Here you go with this. No.
No, I'm not, you know, people are going to wonder, what the heck is he talking about? No, I cannot say. Even I will. Even I'm going too far this time.
Oh, yeah. No, he is.
Bobby would be over. Bobby said, Do we have one of those 7-second buzzers? Like
7 seconds.
That buzzes me out.
A trap door
Do we
that
really,
just
Bobby?
opens and Charlie's chair falls through it.
No, we actually don't have one of those delay buttons. I'm the delay button,
You're
so
the-
I have to try and anticipate what you might say and catch it.
All of it.
And Bobby has been producer off and on with me for a long time, so he's never been able to anticipate what I was going to say.
Yeah, nothing surprises me at this point.
And
Neither, Bobby.
But you'll be fine, Ashley, I promise.
Great.
and Bobby, I this may make you feel a little old, but I was telling Ashley the story when I come on the show about how some of the women a little bit older they would come in and they'd say, "That's Bobby G." Mm-hmm.
The Bobby G.
Yeah.
The Bobby G. Ashley had no idea who you were.
And that's okay.
Ashley is also in her 20s.
Yeah,
30.
just turned
You're
30.
30.
Yep, I
You
just
just
turned-
turned
Yeah.
30.
So she would have
Okay.
been a little tyke when they're.
Oh, yeah. Did people also tell you not to believe a word Charlie says?
There you go.
The agents that has left the team
Okay.
has said that.
Oh, God.
So, David, we've kind of got a mixed bag here. We've got Jerome Powell, who's cutting interest rates,
Yep.
but yet there seems to be a lot of people following Warren Buffett's lead and buying treasuries, which is
Yep.
those are going up. So,
Show's over.
yeah. So, what can we expect here?
Well, that's a great question, Charlie.
I didn't want to put you on the spot or
No,
anything,
no,
David.
just to put me on the spot. And I was actually going to tell folks this, we're in December 2024, okay? This has been, December has been, I joke, it's been alphabet soup, okay? We've had the JOLTS jobs report, the ADP jobs report, the BLS, Bureau of Labor and Statistics jobs report. We've had CPI, Consumer Price Index. We've had PCE, Personal Consumption Index. All of this alphabet soup has done nothing but give us a whole lot of talking points through December on what is interest rates going to do. Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve did cut an additional 25 basis points off the Federal Reserve rate this week. The reality is the jobs market is looking on the surface, on the headline news, is looking stronger than it probably is. Okay, when you actually lift the hood and dive a little deeper in there. But the headline news, the jobs unemployment rate is kind of sustaining there with the 4.1, 4.2. If you were to raise the hood and really look into where these jobs are coming from, whether it's government and healthcare, which really are not affected by the economic situation across the nation.
Right.
So those headlines are driving all of us lenders across the nation to basically what we call pricing on interest rates. It goes up a little bit on one day. It goes back down the next day. We're basically bouncing along nationally. I'm lower than this, but nationally we're advertised just below 7% interest rates. So, don't take mine and Charlie's word. Turn on Good Morning America. I mean,
So where's Churchill at right now?
Churchill right now, what I've been quoting for
What
the
you're
last
quoting, right.
yes, what I'm quoting is I was in the high fives. And when I say that, that
I
is
remember
a par rate, which means the buyer is not paying any discount points to permanently buy down their interest rates. So at a par rate, I've gotten into the fives, and I will admit some other lenders had. Right now, everything I'm quoting seems to be somewhere in the sixes. I've had some, we'll just call it some challenging loans where it peaked, just above 7% for that
Right.
particular buyer. But
there
I'm
were
just up and down.
circumstances. I'm sure.
Circumstances,
Yeah.
yes, challenging circumstances. But right now, a par rate, I'm in the sixes. It may be 6.125. It may be 6.875, depending on the buyer's profile, the loan program, how much money they're putting down, and quite honestly, their overall credit score. I just had a gentleman, I'll say limited income, but he wants to be a homeowner. And ultimately, his credit score was 790. And I'm quoting him at 6 1/8, but it was a small price point home. This gentleman's wanting to become a homeowner and stop being
Right.
a apartment renter. So a blanket statement with me right this moment is just in the 6s. And honestly, as we go into January, I don't think we're going to see a lot of movement, personally. I think it's going to be the replacement numbers of February 2025 replacing the inflationary data of February 2024. Much of this information for inflation is a 12-month rolling average. So we will probably see a movement in February, significant, okay? And then we anticipate that the Federal Reserve will still take small cuts throughout 2025. And as you've heard me say on here for weeks, you like a home, buy it. Right. Regardless of the interest rate, if you're approved, and trust me, you're not getting approved unless you can truly afford to buy the home.
Right.
And so buy it and then look to refinance. And I'm telling people, take the rate, whatever the par rate is today. Don't spend a lot of discount points to buy it down because rates are going to move down in that second half of 2025. Look to refinance. And at that point, maybe spend some money on discount points to buy it on down further at that point to really get a lower monthly rate at a lower interest rate.
But what would you do? There are a couple local builders. One of them is a client of ours, Reinbrecht Homes, and that are on new construction. They are paying.
Oh, they are.
They're paying the discount points.
Oh, I know what they're paying.
And you know from the other builder that.
Oh, yes, I do.
Who's doing that? Both of them large builders.
And honestly,
is that a good deal?
Okay. That's a slippery slope. I never want to say new construction is not a good deal. You need that magic ball, that 8-ball or whatever people play with.
I was thinking more that type of loan.
Yes. So the loan is whether it's a USDA, FHA, and FHA is the most prominent loan across the nation.
Right.
And quite honestly, for knowing the new construction industry, the FHA loan is, unless you're in an upper category, is the primary loan prior to conventional lending. If that builder across the nation, and I just had a conversation 2 nights ago at a Christmas gathering with a former builder. And the reality is when the builder is paying it and you're absorbing that as a consumer, it's a good deal for that home, for that loan, for that borrower, that buyer, as long as we never have a dip in housing or somebody has to sell quickly after building a brand new home in a brand new construction neighborhood. Mm-hmm. Because you're always competing with the builder. And so you may have received a 4 or 5% interest rate, but when you go to sell your home, you're not going to be offering that same rate to the next buyer. That buyer is going to be whatever the par rate is across the nation. But our discussion, too, for the local builders here in southern Indiana, western Kentucky, they're not geniuses that come up with the next best idea. And that's what the whole premise of our conversation. All you have to do is go outside of our market, go to larger metropolitan areas, figure out what builders are doing there, and just simply steal their idea. You don't have to reinvent the wheel every time. Just go steal a good idea, bring it back home, apply it here, and that's what the vast majority of our builders in our local markets versus, a D.R. Horton or Hovnanian or whomever, when they're building 20, 30,000 homes a year, those guys are the inside track on what the next best idea is. And then our guys just steal it and say, okay, we'll do this.
I fortunately bought some D.R. Horton stock when it was $19 a share.
And it's way up.
Yeah, it's down now, but it's still still 140 something a share.
Well, the reality is we're all struggling as realtors, lenders in our local market that we just simply, and Charlie, you and I have said it now like a broken record, we don't have enough houses on the market.
No.
And so eventually that's going to stabilize.
And Candace and Ashley need to do something about that.
Yes, they do. We need listings.
But we also got to pay some bills too. So the Charlie Butler Show is brought to you by Churchill Mortgage and David Crow. David is the regional director for Churchill. If you were listening before the show, you probably heard Dave Ramsey, you would have heard Dave Ramsey if you're listening before the show. David's been advertising Churchill Mortgage as his preferred lender for over 25 years.
Oh, yeah.
And probably getting close to 30 now.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And so, and those are great folks down in Brentwood, Tennessee, where Churchill's headquartered. And they give you an 800 number. But if you want great local service, and I can say it not just because he's sitting here, David will give you really good service. He's a great loan officer. David, how can they get a hold of you?
Folks, we said each week, the best way to get a hold of me is cell phone, call, text, 270-222-0676. You can look up Churchill Mortgage. You'll see the local branch. I can't talk either, Charlie. Based out of Owensboro, Kentucky, but I service all of Indiana, all of Kentucky. I can meet you in person. It's not a problem, and be happy to help you. And so check out Churchill Mortgage. Look for Owensboro branch. You'll see 270-222-0676 right there. Just give me a call. Give me a text. We'll get you pre-approved.
And also brought to you by the great folks at Bossy Title. Have you got Bossy's number?
I do.
Okay. I just was looking for it and couldn't find it. And I don't know why I didn't have it in my head. But Jeff Bossy and his staff will take great care of you when you're buying a home, and they will. They're great and very detailed at doing searches, making sure that there's no liens on your home, and really, as I said, just really do a great job. Extremely pleasant, and also the CFO there, Norm, who's the chief Frenchie officer, who Norm, of course, is a dog, and Norm has a brother now, correct, Candace?
Yes, Norm has a brother named Phil.
Okay. And Phil, I guess, is still a pup, right?
He is, yes.
Okay. So, Candace, what is Bossy's number?
It is 812-421-4000.
Yeah. 812-421
4000.
4000.
Yep.
Okay. And a couple times, see, I've got Jeff Bossy's cell phone above that. I've almost gave Jeff Bossy's cell phone number. And,
He might come in here and have something to say about
yeah,
that.
he would. He would. And so Candace has been sitting over here not paying any attention.
Yes,
And
I am.
You're texting
I'm
away.
getting some traffic on a listing.
Oh, that's good.
As you're saying, we need more listings. I've
Okay.
got 2 that are coming up
Tell us
2
about
days
them.
after Christmas.
Tell us about them, Johnny.
I will tell you. One is on the east side, Walnut Lane. It's a really it's a dollhouse. Yeah, it's everything in it's pretty much new. New roof, new HVAC.
And you may have seen in our data sheets for other realtors that are listening, this is a Kurt Welty rehab.
It is, and he has done a very good job with it. Really nice detached garage. We are still working on pricing on that one, but it is going to be, it's going to be a really good one.
So you're just teasing people now, huh?
I
You're not gonna give them a price.
am. They can call me for more details.
Okay, and how can they reach you, Candace?
And they can reach me on my cell at 812-455-6338, or they can reach me on the team phone at 812-430-1708.
You remembered.
I
All
did.
right, way to go, Candace.
Yeah.
And now, didn't you just list a nice house on Indian Trail?
I did, and that's what I'm getting a whole lot of phone calls about
Good.
it. That's what I was just doing then. So they're getting quite a bit of traffic.
Which is what happens when a very nice home hits the market right now.
yes, yeah, it's a east
Calls
side.
blow up. Can I show it? Can
Yeah,
I buy it?
yeah. That's Ashley had an open house there this weekend, and she got to see it. It's a very nice home. So
Perfect.
And we also have a very nice. We've got something like, I don't know, 40, 50 listings, but so we can't go over all of them. But got a nice home on Brayburn in Cambridge, right?
yes, yeah, it's a beautiful home. It's got a bonus room.
And new construction.
Yes, new construction. The Reinbrecks have done a very good job with it. So, and then we have one coming up on Cumberland on the west side. That one has also, Kurt Welty has rehabbed it, and it has been completely redone. Very cute house. I'm actually going to go there today and do a little staging and get it ready to go, but we're excited about it.
For those of you that haven't been in Kurt's home and Kurt's homes and are interested, he does just an unbelievably nice job. So, But also, we have not introduced our guest yet. We've been talking way too much. And did I introduce you?
You did say my name.
Okay. All right. I did, didn't I? Okay. Well, you know.
Well, she hasn't gotten to talk much.
Okay. She ain't got to talk hardly. Ashley, you have a nice apartment listing right now.
Yes, 319 North 3rd Avenue. It's 5 units. All of them's rented except for one. They're all 1 bedroom, 1 bath, and then the unit that's not rented is 3 bedroom, 4 bath. And then they're fairly
4
updated.
baths?
Yes, they're fairly updated.
Bobby's thinking about, if he gets thrown out of his house by his wife, there's a place to go, Bobby.
There you go.
That is a cool building. I was looking at everything on it. And
Yeah.
It's a pretty neat building.
Did you see all the mirrors all over the place?
I did. It's a really cool
No,
building.
Bobby, I won't go there, okay? Now, Candace and Bobby.
Get the trap door, Bobby.
I saw Bobby's finger ease over there. I'm like, uh-oh.
All right, I'll leave that one alone.
Yeah, it the pictures looked great.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like really cool.
So, Candace, you were telling me earlier that you had some you wanted to brag about Ashley a little bit.
I do.
And ask her some questions here. So I'm going to turn it over to Candace.
Ashley came on our team a year and 1 month ago.
Yeah.
Ashley's very soft spoken, and whenever I very first met her, I thought, oh, I don't know, she seems so shy. She is not that shy. She is actually she just kind of sits back and observes, and that has been worked very well for her. But she gets out there, and she really, her clients have been very pleased with her. She goes the extra mile and gets them where they need to be. She was cutting grass and trimming hedges at one of her listings.
Yeah.
She really gets out there and does it. So what are you seeing right now as far as with the market? Where, as a new agent, do you have people that are asking you about interest rates? What do you have people?
Well, yeah, like a lot of people are like, we're just going to wait just a little bit just to see if the interest rates go down. But, I mean, I've got a few listings and they're still getting interest, so there is still people buying. Mm-hmm. So, luckily, not for me, though.
Yes,
Ashley, you got a nice listing on Pine Drive in Newburgh. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yes, so that's 5 bedroom, 3 bath. It's like 2,600 square feet. You could almost live upstairs. Like, it's like, what would you say? Like,
It was set up as a mother-in-law area for their mother-in-law. It's like the upstairs could be a mother-in-law apartment.
Yeah, so like they bought it because the mother-in-law was on the main level and they lived like on the second level. Mm-hmm. And it's a really, really nice house. We got that listed at $390 and we're hoping to get it sold fairly fast.
Excellent.
And the garage has an elevator.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yes, it has an elevator, and he said that's how he moved all of his furniture up and down was on the elevator.
It's one of those open elevators, where the ones aren't that fast, but they go. Right. Yeah, it's one of those.
Okay, we have an aging population across the nation. Anybody, I mean, I'm sorry, but, that's facts are facts. Yeah. And an elevator inside of a home is definitely a phenomenal amenity for a home. And man, you're talking about a mother-in-law suite, coupled with that.
Yeah.
So I would have to think, I just know there are some challenging living situations out there, especially the number of people that continue to want to care for their family members as they're aging, keep them at home versus nursing homes and, assisted living facilities and stuff. So, yes, unique, but definitely the right buyer. That's going to be a perfect fit.
Yes.
So, any other listings, Ashley? Do you want to talk about?
No, I think I only got 2.
Okay, that's great, though.
I think.
You'll think of.
So, have you liked the first year in real estate?
I really liked it. I think like the most rewarding is, just helping everyone get where they want to go. That's like, I'm just like such a people pleaser, so it just really fits me, I feel like.
Well, it takes all types of personality profiles to make the world go round.
That's true.
And so you are going to bond with over 50% of the personality profiles in the nation with your demeanor and the way you carry yourself.
Thank you.
Yes, I've already summed that up.
Thank you.
Yeah, her clients have really had very nice things to say about her. She does go above and beyond. She is a great help to, I know she's helped me. She's a great help to the agents on the team too. So we've really been pleased with Ashley.
Awesome.
Having her.
And Ashley, Wenda, who just started with us, who's also doing a great job. Ashley has really worked with Wenda too, and
Yes.
we appreciate that because you really helped her.
Yeah. She's really, really good.
I don't know where she gets all of her energy, but she sure has a lot of it.
Or the time.
I
Where does she
know.
get the time?
Yeah.
No.
No, but Wenda, for those that are wondering what we're talking, she owns the two Osaka restaurants, and
She's married and has.
She's married, have a kid.
I can't remember if her son is 3 or 4.
yeah, she has a young son, and I don't want to offend any of our other agents, but I'll say this: that Wenda's got 2 restaurants, and she works more than some of the others do.
Yeah.
Not just but a lot of agents. I wasn't talking
that's
about
all the
you,
way across
Ashley.
the industry.
that's across the
So,
industry. Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
not just.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's everybody. It's yeah. Bobby is saying, is that okay or 3 minutes, Bobby?
3 minutes.
3 minutes, okay. guy plays Christmas music for 3 months. He thinks he runs the place.
I was actually talking about Bobby last week, and I was blessed to be out of town. Actually, it was in a swimming pool in Cancun, Mexico.
Oh, here we go.
And talking about
Hold
you.
on. How in the world did I come up in the conversation when you
Because
were in a
we
pool
were
in Mexico?
we were discussing
You don't
music.
wanna know.
This one too.
We were
This sounds like one of
discussing
my
music,
stories,
and we're sitting there. The weather was beautiful. The pool was 85 degrees. We're having beverages, and started talking about the fact that Christmas is right around the corner, and music came up, and one thing led to another, and whatever they said triggered me about Bobby, and I said, we have a new producer. And he was the bomb.com in the 90s and early 2000s. And he has been privileged since mid-November every day of being the Tri-State's Christmas music go-to guy. And so it just evolved. So, yes,
Wow.
in Mexico, you were being discussed.
I feel honored, I guess.
You are. I mean, you're going international now.
Yeah, I
Yes.
guess so.
Did they know who Bobby G was?
Not a clue.
Yeah.
I'm joking, Bobby.
They were were you talking to the locals? Is that what it was? They were just nodding their head.
I was telling about our show, and they need to get on their podcast where they listen and start listening. There's this great guy, Bobby G.
Candace is over there saying, "Please don't try to speak Spanish."
I don't.
No, I mean you.
Yeah.
I can see your head looking at me. That don't.
Yeah,
try it.
don't do
My
it. Don't do
Spanish
it.
is my
Don't do
Spanish
it.
is no hablo español.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. So Ashley, we got 1 minute left, and for this show, we're gonna. You'll come back to the next one, won't you? You'll get to talk more. I promise.
Okay.
Okay, and but you want to get? How can I get a hold of you, Ashley?
At my cell phone number, it's 812-568-6583.
And Ashley Wilkinson, who will do a great job for you. And Candace, how can I get a hold of you again?
They can reach me on my cell at 812-455-6338, or they can call the team phone at 812-430-1708.
These people are going to need to get pre-approved, David, before they buy a house.
Amen.
So how can they call? How can they get a hold of you to get pre-approved?
Folks, give me a call. Give me a text. 270-222-0676. Be happy to help.
And Charlie Butler team, if we can't sell your home, we'll buy it, and we'll have you an offer within 48 hours. My cell phone is 812-499-7758. And Candace, what was the team phone again?
812-430-1708.
And you know what? You know what David didn't talk much about?
The rights.
Tune in next week.
All right. Is it time to go, Bobby? It's time. Okay, the clock on the wall says that we got to go. So for Candace DeArmond, Ashley Wilkinson, David Crow, this is Charlie Butler. Have a great Sunday.
This program has been paid for by the Charlie Butler team. From the Kate Foppel Ford Studios, this is News Talk 1280 WGBF.